Looking for the best and easy way to make beautiful, colorful, and stormy clouds? In this video right here, I'm going to show you how to knock it out every time. Coming at you right now. Hey all, Wild coming at you from my Creative Control playlist where I try to bring you the best tips and tricks and some education just like this right here. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell so you know when my videos go live. One of the questions I always get asked is how do I make such unique clouds? And to be honest, I kind of just let my paintbrush go at it. But one person kept asking, how do I put this type of color into my paintings? And to be honest, it's just a base coat of a darker color that I pull forward with a brighter color on top of it, generally being white, but I use other colors at times too. But I wanted to show you how I achieve this look in a simple, quick video. So let's go over to a practice canvas and I'm gonna show you how to knock it out every single time so you can do it in your paintings. Let's go look. So now that we're over at our canvas here, let's talk about the colors that we're gonna use. I'm gonna use phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, a little cad yellow, and obviously I'm gonna use white for my clouds. Now, feel free to pick and choose whatever colors that you want. These are just colors that I'm gonna use to best represent because I really love how blue and red play off of each other. Now I already went ahead and gessoed my canvas and allowed it to dry. It only took a couple of minutes. And then I put a very, very thin coat of linseed oil. If you're not sure how to do linseed oil or how to do a black canvas, I'll put a link in the top of the description of the video or put it down in the video notes there. You can take a look at it. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with our base colors here and we're gonna put them on. And I'm gonna start with a little bit of red and make sure I get it all in the brush here and tap it all the way through. And you as the artist get to decide where you'd like the colors to be. Now I'm kind of just gonna have fun with it for the sake of the tutorial and just kind of work things in a little zigzag cross motion down here, not think too much of it. When you have your red on where you want it, let's go in here. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this yellow, and I know it's gonna stand out a little bit more, but this is just gonna be a little fun. I'm gonna get a little bit of a burnt color in here, just to get a little bit to pop, and I'm gonna add this just down in here for fun. And with my same dirty old brush, I'm gonna go right into our alizarin crimson and blue, or blue and red, red and blue, whichever way, just so we get a little bit of a purple value in here. And I'm gonna put that right up in here and just cross that in certain spots. And then I'm gonna take a little of this blue that's still dirty and just work in this corner and put a little bit there and maybe some down in here. Just kind of work it in. Now I know you don't see much, but what we're gonna do here is we're gonna work all of our lightest valued colors from our light value all the way to our red, which is our medium value, to our purple, and then our blue. And we're working in that way because if we worked from our blue down, it would overpower the rest of the color. So I'm gonna take a 2-inch brush and I'm gonna blend all this in. And you can do this as velvety smooth as you want, or you can leave it with cross patches in there because it'll add depth as well. It's completely up to you. But we're just working off that excess paint and I'm just using cross strokes is all I'm doing. So now it's time to put on our clouds, and to do clouds, I'm just gonna use our white, and the white's gonna help pull out all of these background colors. Now it's up to you on how big or how small you want to make your clouds and what brushes you want to use. But for me, I'm just going to use this really big fan brush. This is a number 6 fan brush. If you guys haven't seen my video on how to do clouds, feel free to take a look at my other videos. I'll put a link up here for you so that way you can take a look at it. But I'm just going to literally load up this fan brush with a lot of paint. A lot of paint here and all these bristles, and wiggle it all the way through. And there we go. And I'm just gonna trace out where I want my clouds and then I'll fluff them in. So I'm just gonna do small circles here. Just very small circles, and I'm not even really gonna think about it that much. Maybe flip my brush and let's continue him over on here. There we go. Just gonna bring it down just a tiny bit there. Maybe give him a little bit more over there. There we go. Now with our dry 2-inch brush here, I'm just gonna come and softly blend these down. Just using the top bristles is all I'm doing here, and just applying very, very soft pressure. Very soft pressure, and it's up to you how much you want to fade these into the background there. And we don't want to touch our tops because that's going to give us those nice crowns that we like to have. Now, I don't like to have a lot of focus over here, so I'm going to blend this down and out a little harder. And then we're just going to cross right over these to add a little bit of body to our clouds. And then we can blend out the bottom down here. Wipe off the excess on a paper towel, and we give this a very, very light lift. Very light. And then just work out our brush strokes real quick. And then we are ready for another round of clouds, and you can see how beautifully that already looks. See how easy that was? Now that you understand the basic idea of how to do one of these beautiful colorful clouds, let's apply it on a second round of clouds in a layer here. Again, just concentrate on the outside edge of a cloud. You will always fill the body in with the remainder of the fan brush or whichever brush you're using, or you can always fluff it in with a 2-inch brush or work it down. Always just consider the shape of a cloud. Remember, clouds are free, so they go in a bunch of different directions. They go up, they go down, they go left, they go right. And it's okay if you leave gaps, because those are gonna look like more transparent spots if you leave those black gaps in there. Maybe the cloud is not as dense right there. But always make sure that you work the cloud in the best that you can for what you're trying to achieve for the scenery that you're putting down. One of the best tips you're gonna get from me on doing clouds is consider contamination. Now remember, there's a lot of base colors in here. We've got yellow, we've got red, we've got blue, we've got purple. We've got a mixture of colors in between. And when you introduce white on top of that, your paintbrush is gonna get muddy with a bunch of different colors. And if you wanna have stark whites or certain spots that are highlights, don't be afraid to wipe off that excess color that's contaminated your brush on a paper towel or a rag, or even clean your brush in some thinner and start to get into some new clean white. Just remember that there's always going to be contamination, so don't let it spoil your clouds. If that's something you don't want, don't be afraid to stop, pull away, wipe off the excess, and go back at it. A lot of beginning painters will just go all the way through and they get all these kind of muddy colors in their clouds and they're not happy. Go slow when you do a cloud. You don't have to go fast. This is your painting. You go at your own pace. The last bit of advice that I have for you is practice, 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 and have fun with it. You know, people get worried when they're doing a cloud because the first thing they think in their mind is it doesn't look like a cloud. If you can get away from that and just let your paintbrush have fun and dance around, you can blend in a beautiful cloud with all these awesome colors in no time flat. Just practice them over and over, and don't be afraid to do a whole painting of just clouds. That's a great way to learn, and it lets you experiment outside your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to put down different colors. Make big clouds, make small clouds, make wispy clouds, clouds that have gaps. They go left, right, up and down, and in different directions. Just try your best to practice the techniques that we put forward in this tutorial right here, because it'll make you crush a painting every single time. Hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys really like this video. It's a real interesting and easy technique to do. It makes a lot of colors pop. And feel free to experiment with your own base colors and put lighter colors on top of them to get them pop to make really cool effects, like for sunsets or stormy clouds or even an aurora borealis, which I'll do at another time later down the road, because I know a lot of people are interested in how to do something separate than just curtains in the sky, which are also really cool, but people like to see how I do my aurora borealises. Once again, my name is Wild. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a nice thumbs up and subscribe if you like. Feel free to share it with your friends, and feel free to support me on all my social networks and channels. All the links are below. I will see you guys in the next painting tutorial coming up real soon. Have a good one, guys, and peace.